This is a video of my first landing in 998 Sierra Charlie at Baublitz Airport, just outside of the Brogue, Pennsylvania. I'm moving my airplane from capital city Harrisburg to this rural airport, grass strip, surrounded by cornfields or farm fields on three sides, and on one end of runway 28 where I'm landing today, it's bordered by Muddy Creek's Fork Road and some wires. So coming from this direction, the landing is pretty clear. From the other direction, you do have to be aware that there is a set of hangars down at the other end, and some wires if you're landing going towards the east. Here we're landing towards the west on runway 28 in a crosswind, headwind combination at about 45 degrees from the right, around 8 knots, which is fine, except that their gusts were more than I expected. They were gusting close to 20 miles per hour, 90 degrees from the right. To some extent, those crosswinds were shielded by the hangars on the touchdown area, but as soon as I went past the hangars, I experienced a pretty gusty situation at the center of the runway as I was doing my rollout. So you'll see that landing on a grass bumpy airstrip on a downhill section of the runway requires a lot of directional control. It reminded me that it's critical to maintain directional control and fly this airplane until it comes to a complete stop. You'll notice I have a pretty strong crosswind correction in here. I'm rolling right 5 degrees, and I'm descending, as I've spoken about in previous videos, at about 600 feet per minute, 10 feet per second, and about 10 or 15 feet above the runway. I'll reduce that descent rate to about 4 feet per second, which is more or less 200 feet per minute. And the one thing I think I probably learned from this is if you're going to do a wheel landing on a grass strip like this that is downhill sloping on the touchdown area, perhaps your descent rate during touchdown should be a little bit higher, maybe in the 6 feet per second range, or 200 or 6, which would be around 300 feet per minute. That would probably make up for the fact that the runway is running away from you as you're descending, so you would increase your descent rate to make up for that. This is about a 2% sloping downhill area on the landing touchdown area, followed by an uphill 2%, so the runway is kind of shaped like an M, and that makes it a little bit tricky, but very fun. I'm looking forward to future flying here. So here goes our first landing in 998 Sierra Charlie at Baublitz Airport in the Brogue, Pennsylvania. Crosswind's pretty good, and all of a sudden I'll be shielded by the buildings on the right. You'll see I touch down fairly decent. Then I go past the buildings, and you'll see the wind pushes me to the left, and I'm struggling with directional control. So here we're going to taxi up to the top of the hill. You get a sense of how long the runway is. And great little grass strip. Looking forward to flying here in the future. Learned a lot, and look forward to my next outing.